Hi, it's Sherri from A Quilting Life, and I'm here today to share with you a new Christmas quilt I just finished. I'm really excited about this one. It's actually from one of my recent patterns, and when I first made this quilt, which is called Sweet, I didn't make it as a Christmas quilt. But while I was making it, I just kind of had the vision in my mind of how I could make a few adjustments to the pattern and really come up with a fun Christmas design. So as soon as I was caught up on a few things, I set out to making this Christmas version, and I want to walk you through it a little bit. So first of all, I did use the pre-cut honeycombs, which are hexagons pre-cut. In my first version of the quilt, one package will make the quilt, and these are available in several Moda collections now. This is the Happy Days collection, and they work with the 1-inch hexagon paper pieces. I like to get these from paperpieces.com. That you can get, this is the large package, you can get smaller packages, but they just come with these pre-cut hexagon shapes, and they are perfectly sized so that when you use these pre-cut hexagons, you have your seam allowance all around the edge. So, and I do have a video. These are super quick and easy to put together. I do have a video that will show you step by step my method for stitching these together quickly. Some people do use glue to make it go even faster. I use just a simple whip stitch and have that demonstrated in the video. But let's get started. I'm going to actually zoom down in close to the quilt and show you what I did a little bit differently to make it more Christmassy. Okay, as I mentioned before, I kind of had the vision for this quilt while I was making my first version of it. And I started thinking in my mind how I could do half of the flowers with red petals and half of the flowers with green petals. And then I started thinking, well, I should make the churn dash sections around the red flowers green, and vice versa with the green flowers do the red. So I knew right at the beginning that I was going to make 8 blocks with red flowers and green churn dash sections, and 8 flowers with green blocks and red. So if you're using the pattern, all you have to do is cut it in half and do half red and half green. And I did that when I sewed this one, and it just worked together beautifully. I started out using the Happy Days reds, and I used the Happy Days citrine for all of the flower centers, but then I pulled in some of our other fabric collections. This green daisy print is from Summer Sweet, and this one is from an even earlier collection, and I pulled in some of our earlier collections for here and there, but it's primarily Happy Days mixed with Summer Sweet. I also decided to change things up with the outer sections of the blocks and the sashing, and I'm going to go grab the original quilt and show you for comparison. But basically in that original quilt, I used a floral print in these sections that are solid cream here, and I used a solid cream section print, fabric, where I've used this print. And the reason I did that was to make it just really say Christmas to me, I wanted to use this fun little red and green print in all of the sashings. Okay, so here's the difference. I've got where I had this print sashing in the original quilt, I used a solid sashing, and you can see I have the floral that's actually part of the churn dash blocks in the original quilt, and with this one I did use the cream to just kind of separate it. So just a little bit different. I also did my inner border on the original quilt with just a cream, and I went with the the print for my inner border on the Christmas version. So just a couple of differences how you can, you know, make the same pattern and then really make it say something different just based on the fabric choices that you've used. I love what my quilter Val did too. She did these fun leaves in my original quilt, but then to make it more Christmassy, she did these fun little swirls that kind of remind me of snow for the Christmas version. So I thought that was super cute. She also did it a little bit different on the red and green sections. These she did little squiggles, and here she did kind of some X's that she also mimicked in the outer border. So just some really fun things that you can do with this pattern to make it a really, really fun Christmas quilt. I'm really excited to be able to use this one this year, and thought that you might want to see just what I did differently since this isn't exactly written in the pattern. I just also wanted to let you know that there is a video that we did on this original sweet quilt. If you want to check that out and see, it shows some even more up close shots of this original quilt. Okay, so that is my sweet pattern, the Christmas version. I hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit more about it and specifically seeing how I adapted the pattern to make it into this fun Christmas quilt. If you enjoyed this video, I'd sure appreciate it if you'd hit the like button and share with a friend. And thanks so much for stopping by.